Hey everybody, soybean farmer. So, what's soybean farmer been up to for the last week? Well, basically watching it rain and watching the fields get just soaking wet. We had a fairly phenomenal storm come by here on Friday. Today's Sunday, Easter Sunday, the day that I'm well pleased that my good Lord, Father of Jesus Christ, decided to give to us redemption. He is risen, and through him all of us who believe have also. Something that gives me great joy. But we had a storm come by here. Dropped about 3 inches of rain on this place. The fields are soaked. I can't get in them, so there sits the big tractor, and we'll get there eventually. God will provide a window. But what I'm up to today is I got my little white GT 1810 out with my Filmco sprayer rig. Little tank holds 15 gallons. Got a nice little boom on it. It's got 3 fan tip nozzles on it. Those are the wide angle nozzles, so it's a 4-foot boom, and you actually get about 6-foot spread on it. Great little lawn care device. I bought this thing back in 2006. Used it in my lawn care business. This pump, High Flow Gold Series, finally died. I drug it out last week to do what I'm doing today, and the pump wouldn't go. Found the rebuild kit for it and rebuilt it. My thing is rebuild it, make it work, keep it running, like that 1987 year model garden tractor. That's a tough built tractor, solid frame on it. For those that been around watching my channel for a while, you might remember last year project with this tractor was that new motor, and that turned out real well. The old motor, the lower crankcase seal gave up on it, and it was spraying oil out of it. But this 24 horsepower Briggs & Stratton motor has been a fine motor. Like it a lot. Anyhow, I'll show you a product I'm using. This is, as it says, lawn weed killer. It's a Selective herbicide. That right there is something I just dislike. It's a dandelion. A lot of people say, oh, it's a pretty little flower, but I don't like them. And this stuff will get rid of it. Now, what I found out is you can stretch the use of this. The primary active ingredient in this stuff is 2,4-D. And alone, it's a good product. It takes 2 ounces to the gallon of water to actually get a kill with it. But what I found out is that this right here is 2,4-D, and you can add an ounce of this to what's about 5 gallons of water, cut back on this to about 1 ounce to the gallon, and you can get the same effective kill. And if you do the math on all the cost analysis of it, it's actually cheaper to use these 2 products together, because it just works. But 2 good products right there that work, and I like to have pretty lawn. I've got that waterway up there. It's just about 100% weed free. Clovers come back in up there by the highway, and the lawn up in front of the house looks pretty good. But this section down here is full of all sorts of stuff that I don't want, and I'm going to get rid of it. So I'm out here spraying. That's what I'm up to. And 12-volt pump runs off. Got it running off the battery here. Now, really nice thing about this motor, it's got a generator. It's got an alternator built inside of it with a 15 amp output. That's pretty good size for what we think of as a lawnmower motor. So just a quick connect here. Didn't get all fancy with wiring this thing up, and as you can see by the rust on the alligator clips, like I said, I've had this thing a while. But that turns on right now. I've got the valve set up right here wide open coming back through the manifold back into the tank and shut off right here to the boom. So that's just giving me circulation in here to mix the chemical. When I get to the field, or where I'm going to spray, you'll open the boom wide open and you'll start closing this off until I see about 30 psi right here on that gauge, and then I know I've got the right amount of spray coming out of the boom with the mower traveling in third gear with the throttle all the way down. It's a time distance measurement to get the right amount of chemical out. So let's go spray some. Get in here and pick up all these sticks that storm blew down. Do some cleaning up around here. Storm knocked the top out of that little cedar tree right there. I cut these trees down last year. The cost of that stump grinder job was more than I wanted to pay, so that's not going to happen. Alright, neat thing about having a switch right here by me is I can turn that spray off right there and not hurt those azaleas, and turn it back on as I come by them. Japanese stilt grass got real heavy in that spot there. This grass right out here, I've never tried to do much with it. It's kind of a mixture of wiregrass and a little bit of fescue down here. But I'll knock this dandelion out of here. Yeah, that right out there across my lawn's in pretty good shape. I was trying to mow some last night out there and it started raining again. Kind of shut me down. The nice thing about this lawnmower, I'm just about on a 45-degree incline right there, and this thing don't turn over. It's got a real wide rear end on it. I've always enjoyed that about it. I had a bunch of sticks and mess in here to pick up. I've really enjoyed that Japanese maple tree right there. It's looking real pretty. Those trees are kind of expensive, but we got that one because it had a problem, had a disease with it. And I see one little dead tip out of the top of it I need to cut out. But got that thing for, they were selling for like $500. They're expensive ornamentals. And we got that one for $100. And I cut all the dead off of it and treated it. And it's been there now about 9 years. It's grown quite a bit. Alright, that stops that. Get back up there where I need to spray. Let's see if we can shift gears on this thing. I'll do this spot here with a backpack because I don't want to kill those azaleas. Alright, that gets me past that. Go back to third. Back on. Yeah, you got to be careful when you're spraying chemicals, because this stuff I'm spraying 2,4-D would attack those azalea bushes, and I don't want to kill those. But I want to clean up this weed mess in here. What I've been trying to get to grow in here is just wiregrass. Wiregrass is a first cousin to Bermuda grass. It loves nitrogen. Pump it full of nitrogen and it'll get thick, look right pretty. But it's a hot weather grass, so it goes dormant when cold weather comes back. And this through here has got too much shade from these trees, so I've had a hard time getting anything to grow right in here. Been thinking about getting up here with a pole saw and knocking some of these limbs off and letting a little more sun get in this area. Just another something to do. Well, that's interesting. That's the pole tag, and needs to be on here until I get some nails to put it back on. I just stick it in right there. But check this out. They need to be cut off. But my rose bush made some roses. Needs to be cut back. Plant's all confused about the strange weather we've been having. But these are done. You just peach them off like that. That one will stay a while longer. Those two right there are done. If you want rose bushes to keep making roses, when they get like this, you need to pinch them off, because then they start pulling on the plant and the plant can't reproduce. Yeah, see how wet the ground is out here. Ain't nothing I can do in this. Oh well. I'll get there. It'll work out. I went after fire ants yesterday with this rig. There's a wand that you can hook up to it on the manifold. And I sprayed 52 mounds all back there, aggravating creatures. Yeah, it's about 58 degrees out here today. That cold front that came in with that storm Friday. Saturday was cold. High was about 59. And it was windy. A lot of tailwind coming in from that storm. Now that's another Japanese red maple, and that was free, and I don't understand how that happened. But over there on that one day, I was trimming up around it, and I found that it was about that tall growing underneath there. So I dug it up and moved it over here, and boom, presto, a free one. Pretty cool. Hit this little patch. I'm going to do some selective spraying right out here with these little spots of clover. There's no point in putting this chemical down all over the whole place. Like I said, I got this lawn pretty much under control, but I've got a few little patches of clover here. And I know that when the back tires roll over it, turn it on, and I'll have spray. But I've still got so much water standing in this lawn here. You see the tires wet from just the water that's standing in here. I can't even get out here and really mow this grass. But that hit those little spots of clover. And there's a couple of spots here I'm going to hit on the way back up. Right there. Right there. Yeah, that's really wet right in there. Once you see the land slopes like that. But I am so pleased with this diagonal cut. All the dirt's in the field. Cutting it on an angle like that with the disc Sure does control the erosion a whole lot better. I mean, look at that line right there. You don't see dirt wash out into that grass. Very pleased with that. And that was a heck of a rain here Friday. Yep, she's running out of chemical. That's alright. I'm tired of this city now. Now we got to go clean the tank out because you don't want to leave any kind of chemical residue in that pump. That's a quick way to ruin that little pump. Well, been soybean farmer. Everybody, thanks for watching. I'm going to clean this out and put it up now. Bye, y'all.